नमस्कार, स्वागत है आपका केपी विशेष में। मैं हूं अश्विनी आपके साथ। आज हमारे साथ है खास मेहमान हर्षवर्धन, चेयरमैन एंड फाउंडर ऑफ एलाइट इंटरनेशनल। तो चलिए सबसे पहले स्वागत करते हैं हर्षवर्धन जी। हेलो सर, वेलकम टू द शो।
थैंक यू फॉर वेलकमिंग मी।
तो जो आज हमारे साथ हमारे मेहमान हैं हर्षवर्धन जी, ये बेसिकली एलाइट इंटरनेशनल से जुड़े हुए हैं, जो मेनली एजुकेशन और एनवायरमेंटल स्टडीज पर फोकस कर रहे हैं। तो चलिए जानते हैं कि इससे हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए किस तरह से उपयोग है। तो चलिए सर, आप हमें बताइए जो एलाइट है ये किस तरह से काम करता है, हाउ डज इट वर्क?
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, हमको आप स्वागत करके यहीं पे डिस्कशन के लिए बुलाएंगे। तो हमारा कंपनी वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ई स्क्वायर। सो बेसिकली ई स्क्वायर इज नथिंग बट वी वर्क विद द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड एनवायरमेंट. So it's not that many people get into assumption that okay, he is working on environmental education. No, education is a different element under which we work, and environment is another different element under which we focus on different aspects of the nature and other things that are related to the environment. So firstly, under education, I would say that students spend most of the time with the parents or with the institution that they are part of. So most of the people who are coming from semi-urban and rural areas, parents come from uneducated backgrounds or poor family backgrounds. Apparently, these people are having lot of hopes on their kids, and these kids are going to the institutions, and institutions are mostly focused on syllabus oriented, नहीं तो marks oriented. हाँ, तो हमारा एक unfortunate scenario of Indian education system is हर बच्चा का capabilities are measured on marks, how much is scoring, and every teacher's capabilities are measured on how much syllabus she is able to cover and how many students are getting 99 out of 100 or 100 out of 100. So हमारा system ये है कि to change that stereotype mindset, we brought a program called talent acquisition program, through which we collaborate with the schools. Okay. And इस schools में हम क्या करते हैं, we involve multidisciplinary team. Team consists of a doctor, philosopher, psychiatrist, life coach, professor and a mentor. क्योंकि जब बच्चे एक atmosphere बनता है उनको, so he will develop his mindset according to the atmosphere that he lives in. So we wanted to make sure the student is aware of why he is in the school or in the college. So therefore he is focused over, it should be a playful atmosphere for him to grow in life. So he should realize what is necessary, what is not necessary, and just not about scoring marks and how he should develop subject. ये सब चीजों के ऊपर focus करता है. So a multidisciplinary team will sit with the institution for whole year for 250 days and bring the best of the kids and then nurture them from an early age, so that when they come to the school graduation, they should be able to have a good mindset to take decisions, because you are what you think. If he is able to think rightly in the school itself, therefore he will take good decisions after he comes out of the school. And then we have another program which is called Future Leaders Program. So after coming out of the school, a student goes to the college.
One second, sir. I have one question. जैसे कि आपने कहा कि you are what you think. जैसे कि अर्ली एजेस में आपने कहा कि यहाँ पे एक अलग माहौल रहेगा जहाँ पे बच्चों को गाइड किया जाएगा. सो फ्रॉम व्हाट एजेस इट इज बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड until up to what age?
So right from the LKG to PG. Okay. So right from 7 years old kid to 27 years old kid we focus, but it is not the same mindset that the student will be having at the 7 years and 27 years. So every age student evolves, so he will physically grow. But our course focus on how mentally he is also growing. Yes. So these days you can understand like how distractions are happening to the kids with the mobile phones or the internet, or students what we were having the resource and what those kind of resources are not able to have to the students at the moment in the schools. So हमारा जो प्रोग्राम है क्लियरली एक स्टैंडर्ड सेट करते हैं कि मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी टीम से डॉक्टर क्या बात करते हैं स्टूडेंट से इन द स्कूल, व्हाट टू ईट, व्हाट नॉट टू ईट, व्हाट टाइम टू वेक अप एंड व्हाट टाइम टू गो टू बेड, व्हाट इज योर मेटाबॉलिज्म, हाउ मच ऑफ यूजिंग द सॉल्ट कैन हैम्पर यू, and then and psychiatrists will talk about how to play your sport, what to choose, and we have a program called H2O, health and happiness. Okay. So हम स्टूडेंट को इतना एम्फेसाइज करते हैं कि कितना इम्पोर्टेंट है आपका हेल्थ ठीक रखने का, तो आपका happiness is directly related to your health.
Yeah.
And then we have a program called Passion for Profession.
Okay.
So it's like not every student want to become a doctor or engineer.
Yes.
Parents will focus on you become a doctor or engineer. That is the unfortunate scenario of our country is also the success of an individual is measured on the money that he earns per month or per year or what is it. So, but for me, success should be measured with the happiness that the individual has to be. So, if a passion is developed to a student, and for example, if the student want to become a musician, he doesn't have a luxury to become a musician in our country because parents say you don't get more money in this.
Yeah.
So everything is related to money at the end. So student will get that mindset, okay, I'm not earning good salary, so I will not be happy in life. So that should be eradicated. So we bring this concept called passion for profession.
Nice.
So to develop the student, whatever the passion they have, and that passion should be towards their profession at the end, whether it may be sports or music or dance or theatre studies or in education also. It's not that I'm not telling don't become engineers or doctors, but
Follow
just
the
do
passion.
what you wish to do
Yeah.
in life. And that's it. That is what we are focused in the schools, and in the
Okay.
colleges, it's a different scenario.
So, मतलब आपका जो Ellite team है, it moreover focuses on social, mental and physical well-being of a students.
Yeah,
It is mainly focusing on this.
yeah.
So, एक क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी कि ये जो आपने सेट किया है,
Okay.
मतलब आपके दिमाग में कैसे आया कि इस तरह से बच्चों के लिए सेट करना चाहिए जो एकेडमिक को हम ब्लाइंडली फॉलो करते हैं, इवन एवरीवन फॉलोज दैट, तो आपको क्यों ऐसे लगा कि इस तरह का एक पैटर्न होना चाहिए जो कि बच्चों के ओवरऑल ग्रोथ के लिए बहुत जरूरी है?
So I came from a background which is very rural,
ओके
and all my company concepts are related to my life.
ओके
So whatever I missed in my childhood and whatever I realized that it should not be missed, I have developed the concept on it. It's simple as that. So in my school, wherever I studied, we had no resource. So I came to study in urban areas after my 10th and 11th, and there was a huge culture shock, huge academic difference.
Yeah.
People were completely different. They was able to fluently speak, able to understand things much better, and their mindset was much
Clear.
broad. And I was able to relate that why I couldn't do it is because I didn't get that base.
Yeah.
Everybody says that you need to have a strong roots to make sure the tree grows. So I always relate this concept of growth and development. So it's like growth is something like a tree growing, but the development is the fruit. So for a tree to grow and get a fruit, it takes so many years and patience and etc. So I think that growth is when the student is born and he rises in the school and the institution that he goes for the college. That's where he grow. And if the growth is not well, the development is after he graduates from the institution and everybody looks at him and he didn't do well. So I think the growth concept has to be much stronger. Therefore, we were much focused on what to do when he's in the school and etc.
ओके सो ये तो बच्चों की बात हो गई जो स्कूल में पढ़ता है, लेकिन जब हम कॉलेज की बात आते हैं तब मेंटालिटी भी बच्चों की अलग होती है. दे हैव डिफरेंट एम्बिशंस एंड दे आर इन डिफरेंट एनवायरनमेंट. सो व्हाट इज द पैटर्न फॉर दिस कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स?
कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स के लिए तो ये बहुत चैलेंजिंग टास्क है बिकॉज these days kids are quite, they just wanted success, but they don't know what kind of success they want. And they don't know, how the success has to be measured. Everybody wants to be happy, of course. But how do they get that happiness quotient or success quotient is what matters. So in college what happens is students has to be, I think two things are important in life. One must realize the purpose of life.
Yes.
And one must realize the pleasure of life. So if you are keeping purpose and pleasure in the right track, you are getting things in right. I think if you are able to see, for example, if you are going for a movie, you are seeking pleasure of happiness, watching a good movie makes you laugh, etc. So that is the right purpose you should have. If you are seeking pleasure in a wrong direction, that gives you a wrong, aspects of life. So in the purpose also, why I am in the college?
Yeah.
What course am I doing? What do I get after this? You should be able to visualize the future, and the purpose should be there. I'm not telling that you should be futuristic. I'm very present oriented person, but your present will build your future.
Yeah.
So it's like always using your past experiments, experience in the present experiment to reach future expectation. So I think students should understand that why they are in the college and what they have to do post their college.
Okay.
So that our course future leadership program is majorly focused on this. So we will go and ask the students that what is that you want to do after completing your course. You want to go for higher education or you want to go for job. So how do you get the job? What is the skill that you need to get the job?
Okay.
And you have time to utilize that skill now. So you need to have focused mind on what to get. So therefore, a Future Leaders program helps students to understand what is that they need. If someone wants to work in Microsoft or Wipro, what is that they want to, what is that Wipro looks from the student who is going to work from them. And what is that if the student is going for higher education, what is the educational prospects and where he wants to go and how he has to build his career. And another aspect once he gets into colleges is the matter of money, because the students are quite exposed to money now, because they will need more resource, and they will also want where to get money. And there are a lot of students who come from poor and uneducated backgrounds and they find shortcuts. So you can find out these days how the betting apps or usage of drugs or shortcuts to make money in illegal way. So we will try to help students who are getting into such kind of shortcuts by providing the potential scholarship, by encouraging them to take academics seriously, and we help students who are academically good but financially poor in different aspects through a different criteria. So that's how the program FLP is designed.
Okay. आप हमारे दर्शकों को बताइए कि स्कॉलरशिप के लिए क्या क्या रिक्वायर्ड है यहाँ पर, ताकि बच्चे स्टूडेंट्स जो है कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स दे कैन गो फॉर इट.
So scholarship is one aspect. Okay, so student has to understand that once he get into the college, if he is not able to financially afford the college course fees or higher education aspect, we provide so dynamic method of providing scholarship. For example, we encourage students to have a good academic background, therefore he doesn't have any backlogs or he doesn't miss attendance in the campus. So those students who have good attendance, those students who are making good efforts to make sure their academic performance is good again. Good academic performance doesn't matter that we measure their academic performance with the marks and criteria, but they should be able to have the common sense to understand what is required for them to, And so we have two types of scholarship. One is international scholarship, one is national scholarship. Under international scholarship, we have an international test to measure them, if they are looking for higher education abroad. So we have tie-up with the international universities where they are public funded, and we give the scholarship to students who are eligible to go and pursue their education, higher education there. And for those students who are looking for national scholarships, they have a different criteria again, graduating from the course and writing our scholarship test and then eligibility to attend. So this will actually encourage students who are financially weak. Okay, if I make an effort to understand the syllabus in the college and to gain the subject that is required for me, it will be helping me to get financially better.
So can you just brief about the national scholarships?
So if the student is in, let's say, third year or a fourth year, final year of his engineering or nursing or mechanical, whatever the background is, and if the student make a choice of willing to go to university within the country for their higher education, for the post graduation or for master's education, so we will conduct a test called National Scholarship Test, Elite National Scholarship Test, based on their academics. And if the student is having good academics within the campus, that wherever we have made MOUs with, and we will be helping the students to pursue. And therefore, if he is matching the criteria for a test and is financially weak from his family background, or if he is aided by government in any other way, or if his father is not into government sector, we will help them.
जो हर्षवर्धन जी है वो सोशली काफी एक्टिव हैं और सामाजिक कार्यों में बढ़ चढ़कर हिस्सा लेते हैं. So can you just tell me about that, sir?
I think I have given a notion about this aspect. So for me, I believe always that whenever you get something extra than what you deserve to get, you should always fill the pockets of who doesn't have it. It's not that I'm having so much money to do extra filling for the other people, but it is just that every human being, whether it's need to understand that they need to have a kindness for the other human being who have no resource in life. So it is like equity and efficiency. So not everybody can become rich. Not everybody can become happy. But if you are happy, if you are able to reach, are you able to spread that? So my name defines the purpose of my life. Like Harsha means happiness and Vardhan means spreading happiness. So I always tend to give 20% of the income that what I generate from all the sources to the public. So I work on adopting children, I work on helping farmers who die because of the crop failure. I work on mental health well-being. I also work on, people who are thriving to become entrepreneurs, to nurture their ideas. I also support environmental causes by involving in plantations and etc.
I think आपने जो पूरे वीक के डेज होते हैं उन सबका अलग अलग नाम आपने दिया है और आप उस दिन अलग अलग काम आप करते हैं.
Yeah, for me, I always believe that every day should be better than yesterday. So I had a mentor called A.K. Mohanty IPS when I was in my 11th and 12th class. He used to tell me always, how can you make simple things in ordinary things in extraordinary way? And also I believe in something called a notion which is given by MS Dhoni, whom I adore a lot, and he's my idol. So he always says, you focus on the process, not on the result, and result is a byproduct of the process. Always have ambition and dream and work for it, and stay focused on the journey, and you will anyway reach the end. So I always believe that every day when you wake up, you should always have a purpose of doing one good thing at least for that day. So we every day have a concept called Motivational Monday. So we work on child care act, child adoption, rescue for education. Every Tuesday we call it as a Talent Tuesday. We believe that farmers have a lot of talent, and what a farmer does in the field cannot be done by any other profession. Even a scientist may not do what a farmer do in the field every day. And farming is a very meticulous process. And even though farmers involved in such meticulous process, and still they have been, resourceless, and a lot of farmer suicides happen. So we bring the farmers to the modern society and make sure the student understand, or the modern community understand, what actually a farmer go through day-to-day life. Yeah. Because if you go to a kid and ask, where do you get the tomatoes, they say we got it from the supermarket, but they don't know who is the man behind this or the person who is behind this. So we wanted to just make sure that the modern community keeps in mind the farmer is a very important person in the community for us. So on every Wednesday we call it as Wellness Wednesday. We believe that mental health well-being is very important aspect of a human being to be happy, and ultimately it's happiness that makes you healthy in life. So on every Wednesday we come with this notion of being wellness and focus on those people who are mentally sick and not being able to focus on their careers or etc. And every Thursday we call it as Thriving Thursday. Young thriving entrepreneurs. So now everybody is coming with good ideas and a lot of technology helping students to nurture their ideas. So we provide resource for the people who are having good ideas but they don't know how to execute them. Yeah. So we help in executing, marketing and building them for the sustainable life. And every Friday we call it as Eco Safe Friday. So where we involve in plantation drive, etc. Okay. And Saturday, Sunday we rest back and come back on Monday.
Oh, nice. हर दिन को बहुत ही खुशहाल बनाने के लिए, बहुत ही एनर्जेटिक बनाने के लिए अपने लाइफ में एक मोटिवेशन रखना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसे आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आपने हमारे दर्शकों को एक्सप्लेन किया है. एंड एक और क्वेश्चन था सर, अगर कोई एलाइट एग्जाम्स लिखना चाहे तो हाउ दे कैन अप्रोच?
Yeah, so we don't. We associate with the institutions. Okay. And the students are anyway part of institution.
Yeah, if any individual students...
Yeah, they can approach us. We have our website. We have our, running website which is very active and students can enroll with us. Yes, we also made an MOU with Government of India, Ministry of Education, with AICT, All India Council for Technical Education. So students can go to AICT and find our links there and reach us out. And I will also provide you my details where you can display to the people who are willing to reach us.
सर, जैसे कि आपने अभी एलाइट के बारे में बहुत अच्छे से हमारे दर्शकों को बताया, तो बताइए कि अब तक कितने बच्चों को इससे फायदा हुआ है, कितने बच्चे आपसे जुड़ चुके हैं?
सो हमें ये कॉन्सेप्ट नया बना दिया. So we just made an MOU 3 months back with Government of India. But post that, previously we have done students, quite a big number of students in thousands. I cannot tell you the exact figure, but we have done a good amount of helps to the students who have reached us out. But in large number, we are going from this year because we are making a direct interaction with the institutions to make sure that the students are being benefited in a large number.
Okay.
And it's not that every student who enroll with us must get a scholarship, or people who are enrolling with us will get the job or a scholarship. It's a wrong assumption. Every student should focus on their own skill, and our program helps to nurture their skill. Therefore, they are benefited in all the aspects, whether it is scholarship or the placement, etc.
जी जी जी। सर, जो आपका जो एनजीओ है तो उसे फंडिंग कहाँ से मिलता है एंड हाउ इट वर्क्स?
So ours is not a NGO; it's a trust. Of course, you can call it as a NGO. Our NGO, whatever the income that I generate from my own company, we spend 20% to our CSR funding.
Okay.
And we do not seek any funds from the government or from any other entities.
Okay, so it is individually
Yeah,
or
it
trust?
is my personal
Okay.
individual trust. Yeah.
सो दर्शकों, ये थे हमारे साथ आज के खास मेहमान हर्षवर्धन जी, जिन्होंने बहुत ही अच्छे से एलाइट के बारे में बताया है। जो भी इनके साथ जुड़ना चाहते हैं, इनसे जुड़े जो एग्जामिनेशन है आप उसमें भाग ले सकते हैं और अपने आगे की पढ़ाई या फिर जॉब जो भी हो आप इससे इसका फायदा उठा सकते हैं। तो फिर मुलाकात होगी एक खास मेहमान के साथ, तब तक के लिए मुझे दीजिए इजाजत। धन्यवाद।